chapter, Shwethashwathara. Remember the Vyaktitvas to be strengthened and the invocations to be done. Let us do Vishnu Suktam. Om Atha Vishnu Suktam. Om Vishnurnukam Viryani Pravochamya Parthivani Vimamera Jagam Siyo Askabhayaduttaragam Sadastam Vichakramanastredho Rugayo Vishnu Raratamasi Vishnu Oho Prustamasi Vishnu Shnaptre Esto Vishnu Syurasi Vishnu Or Dhruvamasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva तदस्य प्रियमभिपातो अस्यां नरोदे यत्र देवयवो मदन्ति उरुक्रमस्य सहि बन्धुरित्था विष्णोः पदे परमे मध्व उत्सः प्रतद्विष्णुस्तवते वीर्याय मृगो न भीमः कुचरो गिरिष्ठाः यस्योरुषु त्रिषु विक्रमणेषु अधिक्षियन्ति भुवनानि विश्वा परो मात्रया तनुवा वृधान न ते महित्वमन्वश्नुवन्ते उभे ते विद्मरजसि पृथिव्या विष्णो देवत्वं परमस्य वित्से विचक्रमे पृथिवीमेष एतां क्षेत्राय विष्णुर्मनुषे दशस्यन्न ध्रुवासो अस्य कीरयोजनासः ऊरुक्षितिगं सुजनिमाचकार त्रिर्देवः पृथिवीमेष एतां विचक्रमे शतर्च सम्महित्वा प्रविष्णुरस्तु तव सस्तवीयान् त्वेषग्रह्यस्य स्थविरस्य नाम अतो देवा अवन्तु नो यतो विष्णुर्विचक्रमे पृथिव्याः सप्तधामभिः इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदधे पदं समूढमस्य पागं सुरे त्रीणि पदा विचक्रमे विष्णुर्गोपा अदाभ्यः ततो धर्माणि धारयन् विष्णोः कर्माणि पश्यत यतो व्रतानि पस्पशे इन्द्रस्य युज्यः सखा तद्विष्णोः परमं पदगं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुरा ततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जागृवागं सस्समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदं पर्याप्त्या अनन्तरायाय सर्वस्तोमोतिरात्र उत्तममहर्भवति सर्वस्याप्त्यै सर्वस्य जित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः नारायण 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 ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम 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 Friends, in today's common sense thought, we'll see from Gita, third chapter, some important thoughts that are given. Bhagavan says there, Sadrusham cheshtate swasyaha prakrutehe jnanavana. Jnanavanapi swasyaha prakrutehe sadrusham cheshtate. Even if somebody might have got lots of intellectual knowledge about morals or ethics or values, lots of intellectual knowledge about The Bhakti Adi spiritual sadhanas, Vedanta Adi spiritual knowledges. Yet his chestas depend on his own Prakriti, Swabhava, nature, gunas, habits. प्रकृतेः सदृशं चेष्टते स्वस्याः प्रकृतेः ज्ञानवान् प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि. All beings follow their prakriti. Then nigraha kim karishyati. What will be your forceful temporary nigraha can do? Then what? We live according to our prakriti and we should not do the nigraha also. Then all our behavior life will be destructive, detrimental to us and others. Should we continue like that? You know? No, no, no. There the answer is therefore nigraha we must do, but keeping in mind the goal that our prakriti completely should get changed, transformed from the negative to the positive. Aiming at that, do the nigraha. Let that be achieved, isn't it? Only the nigraha, superficial suppressions, temporarily, they will only add on to the pressures, get built up, will burst one day like a volcano only. है ना? So use the wisdom, Bhagavan says. Indriyasya indriyasyarthe ragadveshau vyavasthitau tayor navashamagachet tauhi asya paripantino. Have this wisdom behind. Very deep thought it is. Very important. Very essential. That know the fact principles. That principle that indriyasya of our sense organs, indriyasya arthe for their respective objects, fields, ragadvesho vyavasthito. The ragas and dveshas are vyavasthita, established. You cannot avoid that. But what we can do is tayoho vasham na agachet. Don't come under the vasha of that natural raga dvesha that are there in the sense organs for the objects. Tayohi vasham na agachet. Know that tauhi asya paripantino. They are the looters en route. Paripanthi means the plunderers, the dacoits en route towards our destination or the goal. Then how to achieve that? Not coming under their sway, the raga, dvesha, natural of our indriyas and mana toward their respective fields, things, beings. Bhagavan says in that next sloka, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtita. This is the only way that we recognize our swadharma depending on where we are placed with the help of Guru and Shastra. And in the performance of that Swadharma alone, there is Shreyas. By being very deep in this understanding with commitment while doing the Swadharma, then we can be freed from the powerful Raga Dvesha of our faculties towards the objects. Then keep on doing. Our Prakriti changes from the negative to positive. Then, because the Prakriti is positive now, our action also will be positive. This is how we have to change ourselves, beautify ourselves, modify ourselves, transform ourselves. Why we have to do the Swadharma is this way. What? To get rid of the powerful natural instincts of our faculties towards their respective fields, ragadvesha, which are in Vedantic Jnanam called as the impurities of the heart. Therefore, should not work according to the ragadvesha, but work according to the swadharma. Ragadvesha will happen because of some of the other vasanas, instincts, etc. है ना? देखो, सुखानुशयी राग दुखानुशयी द्वेष. From wherever we get sukha, there is raga. From wherever we get dukha, there we have dvesha. ऐसा माइंड काम करता है. Like the parents scolded, so there is a dukha. Then the feeling in our mind of some disliking towards them come, and yet we should perform our duty towards them. That when they need us, we should help. That is how we conquer influence of raga dvesha with swadharma, isn't it? Otherwise क्या हुआ, भाई 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 बहन के बीच में लड़ाई झगड़ा होता है. In all families, all these funny things happen. Then what they do, come under the influence. मेरे को उससे द्वेष है, अब मैं उसको इस फंक्शन में नहीं बुलाऊंगा, बुलाऊंगी. अरे वो द्वेष है in your mind for some reason, but स्वधर्म है, there is a program, you should invite him. Or they invited, but I hate them, so I will not go. Array, that you hate is your mind's raga, dvesha. Yes, definitely you might have got some Narayana disturbance in the interactions. But अब तो बुला रहे हैं, स्वधर्म है कि नहीं जाना? Like that. In the same way, now I am deceased. What is the swadharma? That particular medicine to be taken, this particular food be taken, that particular food should be avoided. That is called as swadharma when I am deceased. Then under the influence of raga dvesha, that जो खाने को कहा, that I hate, and जो मना किया, I like it, then medicine I will not take. So swadharma I am not following. Then the disease will increase only. Yes, you have liking for that food. That is indriyasya indriyasya arte ragaha. But it is not swadharma to take that food. This food I don't like, but it is swadharma to take. Any of the stomach related upsets happen, then the food change करो, कहते बस दही चावल खाओ 5 दिन. No, all others are eating wonderful masala food. I like it. Yes, the mind may liking thought definitely comes. And daily you are giving me only this dahi ka chawal. The hatred also will come in the mind. But still, what is Swadharma? This is how, by giving value to Swadharma more, we can conquer the impurities of the heart called as Raga and Dvesha towards the world and things, early things and beings, which are natural instincts. वो होते हैं, for whatever the reasons known or unknown. है ना? Like some people, first time only we meet, but द्वेष हो जाता है for no reason. पता नहीं किस जन्म का है. And some people देखते ही you feel जन्म जन्म का साथ है निभाने को. सौ बार हमने जन्म लिया. And then देखो. But is it Swadharma? Isn't it? To have Dvesha towards this person or to have the Raga towards that. See that guidance given by Lord Krishna. It's systematically developed. First he says, Swastyaha prakrutehe sadrusham cheshtate jnanavanam. Prakritim yanti bhutani. Everybody follows their prakriti only, with which they are born. You can't give vegetarian sabji to the शेर tiger, nor you can give non-veg to the cow and all. उनका अपना प्रकृति. Therefore, to begin with, nigraha kim karesh. Don't try to do the nigraha for the nigraha sake, even if you are sadhaka. Then must to do nigraha with the background knowledge. What is that? Indriyasya indriyasya arte raga dvesho vyavastito tayoho vasham na agachet. This is the wisdom. And the raga dvesha becomes stronger because we work under their influence. That becomes our prakriti. I have to conquer it. I should not take up or give up anything because I have raga. I should not take up or give up anything because of our having dvesha. I should take up or give up anything if it is dharma. That's why Shriyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Su Anushtitat. And like I have a back pain. So then I cannot sleep on the cot, etc. It may be a very, very costly one. The servants will sleep on that and you sleep on the ground only because of back pain. नीचे कोई चट्टाई डाल के सो जाओ बोलते हैं डॉक्टर. In बड़े बड़े rich people house it's like that only. Servants enjoy. पिछले जन्म का जो भी ऋण होता है clear. They buy a car, but that fellow goes driver every day 30 kilometers to buy the things and all. He enjoys car. And this baker man is at home only. Anyway, so if I have back pain, I am told to sleep on the ground. Vigunaha, I don't like it, but Swadharmaha. Then only you will have back and you will be there. Isn't it? From the smaller than smallest things to the higher spiritual things also. Here the Swadharma is the Atman, the highest level. Viguna means it is Gunatit. है ना, हमको गुणों में मजा आता है. द तमो गुण निद्रा, हा हा हा, द रजो गुण भोग, ओ हो, द सत्व गुण द इंफॉर्मेशन द नॉलेज, defeating others, overpowering others with our wisdom knowledge. पर ब्रह्म में ये तीनों नहीं है, विगुण है वो. But he is our swadharma. And therefore realizing that Brahman is Shreyan. Therefore Shreyan Swadharma Viguna. Paradharmat, the Anatma Dharma, which is Prakriti Maya, in which three gunas are there, though they look to be enchanting. You understood how Bhagavan guides us? Here the Viguna means not having good qualities, it's Gunatita. In the Guna, be attentive. As much you have small little pleasures, so much you have the regrets, guilts, bondages, miseries also. In the Prakritika things. In Prakriti Atita, the Prakritika bhogas may not be there, but the Ananda Sukha which we get through them will be there million times more. And there is no slavery, there is no bondage. Because it is your essential self nature. Like in your own house, you have no slavery bond. कहीं भी कुर्सी खींच के डालो बैठो. But if you go to somebody else's house, you have to take permission. है ना? They will mind it. It is their house, they have their own ideas. You cannot be free if you go to even your daughter house, son's house. कुछ भी किसी का भी हो. Isn't it? अपने घर अपना मस्त. In the same way, the Brahman is our essential nature. There is full freedom. The gunas are not our nature. Therefore, in that there is necessarily bondage, even though it gives pleasure. है कि नहीं? Like in your own house, something you made it, you liked it. You can eat the whole thing, nobody will ask you. And something you made it, अच्छा नहीं हुआ taste, you can throw. But you go to somebody's house, you like it, but you can't ask more. और थोड़ा दे दो. Or if you don't like it, you can't throw it away because they won't call you again. Obligation. You have to eat. Freedom is freedom. In that way, this beautifully, the common sense thoughts that are given, I have to live according to the dharma outside, I have to discover my swadharma inside. The obstacles are my prakriti. Prakriti expresses in the form of natural raga dvesha. If I give value to raga dvesha, both outer and inner dharma go away. Then I will not get shreyas, the eternal peace and joy. I may get prayers, which gives little pleasure but kicks me also. So therefore, the habit of living life as per dharma, rising above the raga dvesha, I have to practice. Thereafter, our prakriti is acting according to dharma, not according to raga dvesha. उसके बाद हमारे नहीं लाइक सदृशम चेष्टते सस्या प्रकृते है प्रकृते है सदृशम चेष्टते. So what is the prakriti of this person who has practiced for long time, living life according to dharma? The prakriti becomes dharmic. By nature, he is dharmic. So you will have no likes or dislikes about the food. If it is good for the health, he will take whatever the taste. Not good, he will not take whatever it is taste. So by nature, prakritika, he has become swadharma. So too, the brothers, whether hate him or like him or dislike him, whatever, उनके लिए जो करना है वो करेगा. He will call them whether they respond or not proper. अरे तुम कैसे हो रहे, ठीक है. That is my swadharma. But the Bible says you don't call your brother, let him know your value for 10 days, don't you? She tells. He is beyond that. That is her prakriti, to act according to raga dvesh. My prakriti is dharma, my brother is. He has not taken sannyas, I have not taken sannyas. So we are brothers. Therefore I'll call it. See the freedom in the mind when you act according to dharma. That is called as moksha. Freedom in the heart while vyavahara is moksha. The real moksha is the realizing the real self, abiding in it. So remaining as the Swadharma Sachidananda. बाकी सब नाटक चलो उसमें क्या है. Beautiful. In this way, in all our shastras, the art of beautifully living are given. We have to expose ourselves to the study of those shastras, keep learning them. Like that, lots of bits pieces. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलम् अचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति सनातन धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञ साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्रीकृष्णे चतुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः पारायणम् आदिशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओं नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ओं सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ओं शान्तिः 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 अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः chant the 20th mantra. Almost we have studied it, but we can browse through once, then go to the 21st mantra, with which this chapter will conclude. Om Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atmasya Jantor Nihito Atma Vuhayam Nihitosya Jantoh Tamakratum Pashyati Vitashokaha Dhatuh Prasadan Mahimanamisham. Again, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan आत्मा गुहायां निहितोऽस्य जन्तोः तमक्रतुं पश्यति वीतशोकः धातुः प्रसादान्महिमानमीशम्. Very beautiful, sublime shloka with so much depths and details in it. है ना? The basic thing is, first and foremost is, Atman is the reality. How much ever it is not seen objectively with the faculties. How much ever it is not seen with the faculties, yet the Atman, the Brahman, the truth, the reality, the substratum alone is real. याद रख लेना. And other than the Atman, the Anatman, how much ever it appears to be realistic, appears to be enchanting, appears to be beautiful, appears to be giving the pleasure, yet it all is asatya. That's the meaning of न असतः विद्यते भावः न अभावः विद्यते असतः. The sat can never become asat, the asat can never become the sat. Sat is sat only, asat is asat only. This basic thing we have to catch. That should be the result of our consistent, persisting study of the Upanishads. First thing. Then the second is, therefore, if at all there is bliss permanent, liberation permanent, it must be in the Sat only, which is Atman. And in the Asat, therefore, that bliss or liberation should not be there. Right? Still not knowing it, not accepting it. We still pursue the Asat. For what? The moksha. Is it there in it? Not there. Therefore, we get bound. We run behind the Asat for the Sukha. Is it there in it? It is not there. That is why we become miserable. Remember, The Asat Jagat is not giving us bondage or misery. Then our running for getting Sukha and Moksha from them is the one which is giving misery. Like the son never gives misery to the father. The father's insistence that the son should behave as he says is the cause of misery. You know? That's why the other children, worse than your own son, they behave, yet you are not miserable because you don't expect, isn't it? You are not miserable for anybody who are so much bad in the world. For little bad your own son, you are miserable. Or not doing what you say, or anybody, or any disobedience. You understand? Nobody gives us misery. Our expectation of happiness from them gives us misery. How come? Because those things and beings, being anatman, cannot give us happiness, cannot give us moksha. They can give only misery and bandhana. This is the second thing we have to understand from this shloka. One is the Atman is the reality, everything other than is unreal. Therefore, if at all the Sukha, Moksha, Ananda can be expected, it can be from the Sad only. From the Asad, how can the Sukha will come? It will be Asat only then. These are the deep things we have to understand. Then, third is therefore realizing that the Atman, the self, abiding in that is the Shashwata Moksha. If we don't do that, we run behind the Anatman. Sometimes it may give us some little pleasure, etc. But the running never stops. The other terrible miseries also will never end. This we have to know. Okay? And that's why Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atman. By what? By saying what? This is what is said. Whatever the Anuparimana you see, in that the Atman is Paramatma. Whatever the Mahat Parimana we see, of that also is the substratum is Atman. And behind this one Anu, that Mahat, the Atman is one. Therefore, on the Atman, Anu, Mahat are superimposed of every type. We have seen yesterday. The earthness, the waterness, सब चीजें हमने कल देखा. Okay? Anuranyan Mahatamahiyan. That Atma, Guhayam Nitaha Asya Janto. The place of recognition of that Atman is our own Hridaya Guha. Feel the meaning of this shloka also. He is Upalabdha there, the Atman, in my Hridaya. Anywhere, including in our own Upadis, which are Anatman, there the Atman is not available to begin with. In the heart, when the Atman is recognized, then it is found that he alone is everywhere. वो बात की बात. See, that thing, 1,000 times we may listen. It should click to us. What is the sentence? The self is hidden in the cave of my own heart. Naturally, no, that cave of my heart is very near to me. So, me, the self, will be found in me, the heart. How can me, the self, will be found in the not me, the other parts of the body or the outer world? मैं मेरे अंदर ही मिलूंगा ना. How can I be available somewhere else? That should click to us. अस्य जंतोः गुहायाम् आत्मा निहितः. And what's difficulty? Isn't it? Am I not more close to me in my heart than even other parts of the body, even in the outer world? जैसे कि आप कहो, where are you? Yeah, I am in the universe. More specifically, I am in the solar system. More specifically, I am on the earth. Definitely, I am in the universe. But specifically, closely, if you ask, I am more in the solar system. Then I am on the earth. Then don't we say on the earth I am in the Asiatic Asia? Then in Asia I am in India only. I am in Asia is a wrong sentence? No. But I am in India is a wrong sentence? No. How can you be in both? Or in either of them if you ask, दोनों में कौन से हो? The more I say I am in India. Then where are you in India? In India I am there, but again you mention your own state. I am in Madhya Pradesh. In India I am there is not wrong, please. But more right is I am an MP, Madhya Pradesh, or Uttar Pradesh, or Punjab, जहाँ भी हो. तो फिर in Punjab also you are everywhere there or what? No, 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 I am this particular पानी के अंदर, जल अंदर. Or I am in the nectarine water, Amritsar. Or I am in the Guru's Dasapura. देखो, in particular town you say. In that town also, in that street I am there. In that street also, in that house only I am there. In that house also, now I am in the hall. I have 5 rooms, but I am in the hall. And in my own hall, there is sofa, वगैरह बहुत है. But I am in this chair only. देखो आत्मा अंदर. In the chair also, where are you? I am there in every part of my body. Then go subtler in the senses. I am in the mind. I am in the intellect. That's called Vijnanamaya Kosha. I am in Nidra also, but non-recognizable. That Vijnanamaya Kosha is called as Guhayam. Vijnanamaya, where knowing is continuously happening. One, my own knowing is happening, I am. Second is, by me, the knowing of other things are happening. I know chair, I know table, I know this, I know that. So there, Guhayam Nihitaha, it is Atma. In what way? Through the upadhis as Jnata. Like with the eyes as the knower of the forms, ears the knower of the sounds, etc. If the upadhis are not there, then is only Chid Abhas. Okay, if that Aham Vritti also is not there, Chit Swaruped. Is that Chit existing? Yeah. Therefore it is Sat Swaruped. So in me the Chit and Sat is me. Therefore I am Sat Chit. Sat Chit I am. है ना? Because of the habit of identifying the upadhis, this appears to be vague. But if you study Upanishads, understand and keep on practicing, slowly I am Satchit grows to be stronger. Therefore, all these are just upadhis given to me to play. That also becomes stronger. That I am not the upadhis. This is called whole Vedanta. That's the meaning of Atma Guhayam Nihitaha Asya Jantoho. Anoraniyan Mato Mahiyan Atma Asya Jantoho Guhayam Nihitaha. And that one is Akratum, the pure state of self. Has no antakarna, therefore Vishaya Bhoga Sankalpa not there, not required there. Like in Nidra also. There are no antakarna, therefore I want to eat ice cream or this or that. Where is the Vishaya Bhoga Sankalpa in Nidra? नहीं रहेगा. In Nidra only if it is not there, In that pure, infinite conscious self, how can there meet? That's the meaning of akratum. That self we have to pashyati. That pashyati word is so important in this sloka. Anna? What is the pashyati explanation given by Bhagavan Bhashyakara? Ki ayam aham asmiti sakshat rupena pashyati. We can focus on this thought. Ekina. See pashyati ayam aham asmi iti sakshat janat. Sakshat janat is experientially. I am that, not intellectually. Like your child, 9 years, 10 years, birthday, you want to get a photo of him. So therefore, you give him police wali ki vardi. Police wala. Vardi पहन लिया उसने, you are taking photos. With the pistol in the hand, dummy, or lathi in the hand, topi, and all those things. But that's only picture, no? And really that sub-inspector or inspector in that form he is there, dress. It is not is for in the dress for a picture. I am sub-inspector or inspector is sakshat janati for him. है ना? I am that. He is posted. देखो ID card है. I have all the authority. This boy also is wearing dress. This man is there with dress. But उसका परोक्ष है. इनका अपरोक्ष. In the same way, intellectually knowing that, therefore, I have understood that in the Guha the Satchidatma is me, is that like that child wearing the police uniform. It's not Sakshat. But through the Nididhyasana Abhyasa, wherein we go on rejecting the false identities with the Upadhis and go on asserting our real identity of the self for sufficient period of time. When we establish in that Anumati, Sakshat Janat. Just like this man has no doubt I am a police inspector. So too he is no doubt that I am Sachidananda Atma. That Pashyati is important. Ayam aham asmi iti sakshat janati. Ayam aham asmi iti sakshat janati. Remember, before that higher meditation, even the other levels of sadhana, I am viveki, sakshat janati. I am now viragi, sakshat janati. We have to practice and experience. Yes, I have no doubt I have vairagi. So too, I have controlled my mind, senses. All of that is sakshat janati. This thing we are not focusing, even though we are every day studying Shastras. That's the danger in studying Shastras. It becomes mechanical. It remains mechanical. It is only academic, as if I have nothing to do. Others have other knowledges like politics, etc. I have this knowledge, but I am as samsari as others. That's the danger. That's why Sakshat Janati should be applied at every level of earlier sadhanas also. Like this Guru's Shishya I am. Sakshat Janati. Not feeling only Acha. If you are Shishya, you have to do the sevas and all. I am this Devatas Bhakta. It should be Sakshat Janati. I am the student of this Shastra. Sakshat Janati. So too, no vasanas in me, therefore no desires in me. It's a Sakshat Janati. Then the last one, Aham Brahmasmi, the Sakshat Janati. That's the meaning of Passion. And only when that happens, Vita Shokaha Bhavati. Yaha Saha, Ayam Aham Asmiti Sakshat Janati Yaha Saha Vita Shoko Bhavati. Club this with the last line. What is last line? Anyatha Durvigneya Atma Kamivihi Prakruta Purushai. Otherwise, the moksha will not come Atman will not be experienced. Now the in-between things, how this nihitam guhayam jantoho atman is realized, the two sadhanas are said. Dhatuhu prasadat. One dhatu prasadat is the Parameshwara Ishvara's anugraha. Further, the upasanas and prarthanas only for Atmagnya. So, kena tarhi asau pashyati dhatuhu Ishvarasya prasadat. Prasadat means when he becomes prasanna and blesses us. He says, prasanne hi parameshware. Only when the Parameshwara is prasanna with we the jivas, because of our upasana and willingness for the moksha and readiness to give up everything, tat yathatma jnanam utpadyate. You see, it's a very general, big sentence. Only when Bhagwan's kripa is there, the atma yathatma jnana will come to us. Therefore, the real Bhagavad kripa should be sought by us, and the real kripa showered on us by the Bhagwan. Both are only one. What is that? कि आत्मज्ञानम उत्पद्यते. हमें भगवान से मांगना आत्मज्ञान ही, और बेस्ट चीज जो भगवान देते हैं व्हेन इज प्रसन्न इज आत्मज्ञान. बाकी चीजें मांगना हमारी गलती है, देना भगवान की मजबूरी है, बिकॉज यू आर इंसिस्टिंग. लवली isn't it? Is it not becoming clear? धातु प्रसादात प्रसन्ने ही ईश्वरे आत्म याथात्म्य ज्ञानम उत्पद्यते. When the Ishwar is prasanna, then only Atmayatma Jnanam comes. Therefore, have that Ishwara Ishtadeva and do Upasana and ask him only for the Atmayatma Jnana. Then he will send us to the Guru, we start studying the Shastras. As the depth of study grows, then what is the meaning of all this starts becoming clear. मजा आएगा तब. One meaning. Second meaning, अथवा Dhatu prasadat means indriyani dhatavaha. Indriyas are called dhatus. Why? Sharirasya dharanat. Because through the indriyas, the food and all that we take, then only sharir khada ho raha hai. So indriyasya dharanat, sharirasya dharanat, इंद्रियाणि धातुः. शरीर के धारण करने के कारण ज्ञानेन्द्रिय कर्मेंद्रिय अंतःकरण इन सब इंद्रियों को धातु कहते हैं. ओके. देन प्रसादात तेषां प्रसादात. Dhatu prasadat means Bhagavad Kripa, one meaning. Dhatu means Indriyas, means Antakarana. Prasadat means what? What is the prasadata, prasannata? See the beauty. Both the things. When will you be calm and quiet at your Indriyas Antakarana level? And when will you be qualified for knowing the self? Both are one only. What is that one sadhana? Ki Vishaya dosha darshana maladi apanayanaatu. When from all our faculties, the mala in the form of vasanas, the mala in the form of habits, therefore the mala in the form of being extroverted goes away. How it goes out? Only one way, विषय दोष दर्शन. इंद्रिय विषयों में दोष का दर्शन करने से उनमें इंडल्ज होना, उसके प्रति डिजायर होना, उसके लिए वासनाएं होना नामक all the mala, impurity, dirt goes away. That's the meaning of dhatu prasad. The antakarana and indriya prasadata. Prasada here, the meaning is shuddhata. So none of them are running, neither karmendriyas are demanding anything, nor jnanendriyas are demanding anything, nor the antakarana is running out. Because Vishaya dosha darshana ho gaya. And what is the dosha in Vishayas? They take us away from the self. They bind us to the not self. While promising the happiness, they give misery. They are like, in today's world, promising too much profits in a short span of time. And thousands of times that frauds are happening, still people believe. वो बोलता है 5,000 दे दो मैं तुमको 3 महीने में 15,000 देता हूँ। अभी 5,000 3 महीने 15,000 इम्पॉसिबल है अदरवाइज, बट दिस लालच। Then he takes from 100 people that money. 2-3 लोगों को तो देगा वो, अपना जेब से थोड़ी देगा, कोई बेवकूफ है क्या? Simple common sense. Why will anybody give to anybody unknown money from his own pocket? अरे अपने पत्नी और बच्चों को ही नहीं देते. But he collected from 50 people to 2 people he gave. Then they think यार वो दे रहा है हमको भी देगा, तो और 50 लोग जुड़ जाते हैं. Then he collects one day बोरी बिस्तरा, night is gone. Next day अब सब लोग धरना कर. The Vishyas are like that. हमको चीट करते हैं. They loot our attention from Paramatma, and they give nothing but misery and make our life ended without any spiritual growth. Such of the dosha in the Vishyas, when we see, thereby the vasanas, the habits, the practices of the indriyas going towards the Vishyas, when it stops, it's called as the second meaning of dhatu prasada. Okay. Tesham prasadat vishay dosha darshanamalaadi apanenat. At that time, as we said, all the 13 faculties become quieted. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, then Mana, Chitta, Ahankar. Only Buddhi works in contemplating about the self. Contemplating about the self means what is self, what is self. In that search, what is not self is rejected. Then the self is not seen but realized. That's the meaning of our word Sakshat Janati. That's the meaning of Pashyati. Then only Vitashoka Bhavati. Anyatha, otherwise, Durvigneha Atma, impossible it is to realize Atman, therefore get moksha. By whom? For whom? Kamibhihi Prakruta Purushai. Kamihi means he has got kamanas and he is doing kamya karma and he is running behind the kamya vastus and indulgence. Prakruta Purushai means he has got Prakriti, the vasanas for that. He has not seen the dosha drushti and he has not made his dhatu prasanna prasada. So kamihi bhi prakruta purushaihi atman durvigneyaha. Then the one whose dhatus are prasanna or prasada, by them the atma is vigneyaha. You understood now? Therefore, impure faculties will never be able to see the self. Only when the faculties are pure, we can see. The impurity of the faculties is Vishaya Bhoga. Then the purity is Vishaya Dosha Darshana, then Vishaya Viraga or Vitrishna or Vitral. सो सिंपल. सारे बाहर की चीज छोड़कर दरवाजा बंद करो, पंखा डालो, अपने अंदर के आत्मा को ढूंढो, मिल जाएगा. नहीं तो दरवाजा खोलो, भटकते रहो दुनिया में अनात्मा के लिए. अनात्मा मिलेगा बट मोक्ष नहीं मिलेगा. Because in the Anatman there is only bondage. This is how we have to keep feeling for ourselves, thinking for ourselves again and again, again and again. Correct, friends? Durvigneha Atma Kamibihi Prakruta Purushaihi. Done? We have tried our best to study this beautiful mantra with Bhashya. Chant again. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan आत्मा गुहायां निहितोऽस्य जन्तोः तम् अक्रतुं पश्यति वीतशोकः धातुः प्रसादान् महिमानमीशम्. वीतशोकः पश्यति धातु प्रसादात्. देन् sorry, धातु प्रसादः पश्यति तदा वीतशोको भवति. With the purity of heart and God's grace, one realizes the self, then gets freed from the bondage called as misery. So the Mahimanam Isham, the words already said above. Karma Nimritta Vriddhi Kshayarahitam Isham. I know. The Mahima of the Paramatma is In him there is no Vishaya Sankalpa. The Ishritva in Paramatma is because there is no Vriddhikshaya in him because of any karma. So the Mahima is no Vishaya Sankalpa. Ishatva is therefore there are no karma and the karma phala of upar niche upar lehar chale jivan ki. No. For him there is no upar niche upar. That is what is called Ishwaratva. Why is it so? Because it is his Mahima. What is his Mahima? Never having the Sankalpa for Vishaya Bhog. So this have to be realized. Huh? The one who is freed from the Sankalpa Vikalpa of the Vishaya Bhoga, he is the Ishvara, not the one who becomes slave to the mind and its Sankalpa and runs in the world. Like your own any friends or anyone. अब वो जो भी कह रहे हैं वो तुम करते जा रहे हो तो you are a slave only to them. You just shut up, I know what to do. You are the master. I will not listen to you. I have my. In the same way, being in the self is Ishwaratva. Running behind the senses demands is called Jivatva or bondage. Then, now the last shloka talks about the Anubhuti of the Brahmavetas. About this Atman. We'll chant the mantra, see tomorrow. Om Uktam Artham Dradaitum Mantra Druk Anubhavam Darshayat. The experience of the mantra drashta darshi is said just to make us confirmly understand that yes, it is possible, it is experiential, it's not just like theory. And like some 200 years back, sometime, and you see the birds. Array, birds are flying. Can we fly like them? Well, people used to laugh. It is impossible. But now you see, all the science technology development. Was it anywhere imaginable some 200 years back that you can talk or see a person who is far off beyond our Indriya Gochara eyes? Now you see the technology development and all. In the same way, is this Atman anubhavable, experienceable? Arey, why not? The Rishi ka anubhav bata rahe. है ना वेदाहमेतमजरं पुराणं सर्वात्मानं सर्वगतं विभुत्वात् जन्मनिरोधं प्रवदन्ति यस्य ब्रह्मवादिनो हि प्रवदन्ति नित्यम्. So it will take 15 minutes. Tomorrow we'll study. With this chapter will be over and we'll be beginning our fourth. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti MAATRE Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Join for Gita, one shloka study, Hindi mein.